Summertime in Surfside, California means hitting the beach, catching a wave, or a visit to the boardwalk. It's the 1960s, the sun is always shining, and the surf is always up.
Of course, that's the setting for the Gaslight Theatre's production of Beach Blanket BeeBop. You have to say that slowly. It's their swinginest, surfinest show yet. We'll see a performance in just a moment, but first, we're getting the scoop on the show from Janae Page, Todd Thompson, Charlie Hall, and Jake Chapman. Welcome, guys.
Hi, guys.
Thank you.
All right, well, tell us about this show. How beboppin' is it?
All right, this show, Beboppin', it is very beboppin'. I don't know if you're familiar with the old, like, Frankie and Annette movies. Like, it's much like that, you know, with our Gaslight twist on it, Gaslight style. Improv, like, messing around with our friends and our families and stuff. And
tell us a little bit about the oleo at the end. Anybody want to talk about
the oleo is our disco gold oleo. Disco, like disco music. Staying alive. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. Now, I want to know, now I work with these crazy people, so long time no see, guys. I want to hear from all of you, what has been your favorite role or favorite show at the Gaslight?
That's really tough. You know, they're all really great, but I would have to say Cindy La Culpepper from Secret Santa with Todd, and that was probably my most favorite. We get to be news anchors, so.
Very fun. A la Anchorman.
With some comedy.
Yeah, exactly.
Jake, what about you?
Hands down, Spider Guy, like, recreating, like, that famous character. Like, everybody really liked it. I really liked it. I got to fly on stage. That's
one of my favorites, too. What about you, Charlie?
I have to say it's a lot of fun playing off this guy for this show right now, Lunkhead. I heard actually Todd's wife compared us to the Three Stooges, but as a duo. Three Stooges in two. So it's fun.
All right, Todd, what about you?
Well, I got to be the first official, like, Chewbacca on the Gaslight stage with, like, 8-inch platforms, which I get to use in our current oleo as the disco Chewbacca.
Not to give anything away, but
not to give anything away.
Special moment.
How funny. Well, that's what I love about Gaslight, is you really get two shows in one. Because the oleo, I think a lot of people don't realize that there's a totally separate 30-minute show at the end. Yeah. That is a different type of music genre, and I mean, how long has that been going on, the two shows in one concept?
The two shows in one concept, as far as I understand, has been there since the beginning, you know? It's an old, like, they used to do it back in, like, vaudeville, you know? The oleo was before the show, though, back then, but we took it and we put it at the end.
Cool.
And the Gaslight's been around over 35 years now, well over, yeah. So can you tell us some of the shows that are coming up this season?
Yeah, coming up for the summer show, we've got a brand new, hot, family, fun show. It's a take on the Ghostbusters. It's called the Ghost Blasters, or We Ain't Afraid of No Jokes. And then this fall we come back with one of our favorite adventure fall shows, Cronin the Barbarian.
So fun. Yeah.
Oh.
Starring the Barbarian himself.
So how far along, I mean, how far ahead do you guys plan the shows? It's a lot of lines to remember. And then to take in some improv lines and be able to think on your feet. You're doing a current show and you already know what the next two shows are. How do you manage that as an actor?
One sentence at a time.
That's actually 4 weeks, about 4 weeks prior to closing a show. During the day, Tuesday through Saturday, we're rehearsing the next upcoming show. About 20, 25 hours a week we're rehearsing in there. It's about 100 hours, I'd say, before we go into Tech Week. We always close on a Sunday, then 4 days later, we open up with a brand new show on a Thursday.
So we close that show on Sunday, so you don't have to think about that show for the next week. You can focus on, I mean, you've got the skeleton, and then you get to focus on it for a whole week.
A whole week?
Yeah. And by a week, we mean 3.5 days.
Yeah, exactly.
But it does get complicated, doesn't it? Because sometimes we're doing one accent during the day in rehearsals, and then a totally different accent at night in that show.
Yes.
So sometimes our accents get a little mixed up. We'll be a little muddled. I'll slip in a Russian accent and just make a bebop, and it's like, ooh, that's not supposed to happen.
Or two shows, two characters for one show.
Yeah,
two
Charlie
characters
plays
for
two
next.
different
So you got
parts.
4 characters in your head at once.
Wow.
Yeah, it gets
That's a challenge.
little confusing,
Just a
but
Tuesday.
super fun. Now, the Gaslight Theater has obviously the regular Gaslight shows, but they do some other shows too. Anybody want to talk about that? Monday night concert series?
Oh yeah, Monday night shows. We've got a great array of shows, all family friendly, of course, at the Gaslight as always. Coming up this Monday, we've got a great Soul Motown show. Myself, but we're sold out. But, you know, we do everything from blues concerts, mariachi shows, soul shows, the best of Broadway shows.
The Manhattan Dolls.
Tributes to the jazz. The Manhattan Dolls, our very own doll right here. And it's just a great way to get live musical entertainment every Monday night, our dark night, and it's a good way to keep the Gaslight going and to keep
A lot of local artists.
absolutely.
Well, the Ronstadt Generations is coming up, what, in a couple of weeks?
May 19th.
Linda Ronstadt's nephew himself is Petey
They're
Ronstadt's going to be
amazing.
playing
Nephew
there.
and brother, yep. The
And
Ronstadt
speaking of the
Generations.
Ronstadts,
Does it ever bother you guys that people are like eating popcorn and drinking beer while watching the show? Are you like, hey, right here, I got a good one coming up?
Sometimes we can use that to
Yeah.
like get a laugh, but like I
Yeah.
mean that's the Gaslight, you know, family friend. I just want to reiterate, family
Family
friendly all the time. You can always bring your kids, like
Yeah.
always.
and that makes us
Sounds
very
good.
special, I think. Yeah.
But there is beer and pizza for the dads.
And the moms.
Guys, especially the moms. Thanks so much for being on the show today. This
Thank
is so
you, guys.
fun. Now, the Gaslight Theater presents Beach Blanket BeeBop. It's already running and will run through June 8th. To learn more about this show or to get your tickets, just call 886-9428 or go online to thegaslighttheater.com. Again, that's 886-9428 or thegaslighttheater.com.
Now let's get a peek into the show Beach Blanket BeeBop.
Surfside Boardwalk has meant so much to so many people. There's no place like the boardwalk when the sun beats down and melts the tar up on the roof. And your shoes get so hot, you wish your tired feet were fireproof.